And welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. And as you see from behind me, the High Noon Show is coming back. And I am no longer using Zoom. I'm using StreamYard. So bear with me. I'm doing this show kind of as a test to figure out how to work everything, make everything streamless. And my video is buffering horribly. So I'm looking at myself frozen right now. So bear. It may be my Wi-Fi signal. I don't know, but I'll work out all the technical issues. But I just wanted to come on and share with you that from Tuesday through Friday at noon, I will be on the High Noon Show. And I will have, how y'all doing? And I'll have guests on here. As you see behind me, definitely Jeff Rom, the asset manager for the Rodriguez Estate, Dr. Lisa, as well as Lakota Chief LC Fast Horse, and other guests. And I will try to bring back some people that I had on my former Live to Five show. I'm going to contact Erica Kilday, America's mom, come back on because school's starting, and there'll be a bunch of new stuff that she will have. And I'll reach out to some other people for some content as well. For those of you who aren't familiar with my Live to Five show, and then I follow up the High Noon Show. I used to run a show Monday through Friday from noon till 5 or beyond, and it got overwhelming. So that lasted about 4.5 months before I finally burnt out and had to go take a vacation for 3 weeks. It will be 1 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Mountain, 12 Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. So let me see if I can go share a screen. Two monitors, that's the computer. All right. I'm gonna go find what I was looking for. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, let's it doesn't have me in the right tab. I have everything set up in Firefox and it went over to Brave. So let me go get that for you guys real quick. And of course, it's going to drag its ass. Come on. Man, YouTube's slow. Get to this commercial. Skip. Man, come on, computer. There. All right, let me go see if I can line this up. Well, this thing is just sucking up my RAM. Let's see if we can do this. Boy, this thing is just lagging.
Promise of generative AI is shaking up the technology world.
And of course, I can't hear sound, so I'm sure you can't hear sound either, huh? So let me back up. Let me go back over to StreamYard. Bear with me. I'm trying to learn this as I go. Yeah, I know. Dragging and sticking bad. It's doing it to me on my end as well. So I'm gonna have to figure that out and get that remediated. But I'm, just trying to make sure everything functions. I'm going through the settings. Zoom had a separate setting for audio for shared screens. And I don't see a setting for that in here. And there may or may not be. I don't know. Oh man, this thing is killing me. So I'm trying. Oh, you could hear it? Okay, thanks for that. So let me get back over here, share screen. I believe that was it. This video.
This is the stuff your insurance company doesn't want you to know about. Have you noticed your auto insurance payments have practically doubled recently?
Somehow. I don't know.
Insurance companies are hiking up premiums like crazy.
Welcome back. The promise of generative AI is shaking up the technology world and the markets. Industry giants set to invest an estimated $1 trillion into artificial intelligence over the coming years. One company at the forefront of it all is Delphi, with the launch of their groundbreaking AI clones. The company offering users the ability to create digital versions of themselves, from company CEOs to YouTubers and celebrities, that can help manage the workload, from answering questions to sitting in on Zoom calls via a clone. Joining me now is the co-founder of Delphi, Dara Lajevardian, and making his first ever television appearance is Dara's AI clone. Dara, thank you for joining us. Dara's clone, thank you for joining us. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you for having me.
And I want to start by asking your clone a couple of questions, none of which have been sent to you in advance or your company before now. To Dara's clones, let me ask you what you believe the purpose or the uses of having a clone really is for.
The purpose of having a clone is to scale your unique way of thinking and interacting. It allows you to share your knowledge, experiences, and personality with others in a personalized way. This can be incredibly valuable for mentoring, teaching, or even just sharing your insights with a broader audience. What aspect of cloning interests you the most?
Well, what I really want to get to is, what are the disadvantages, and is this going to hurt me in any way? I mean, if I set up a clone of myself, for example, to help me at work, how will you be protecting my company's proprietary material?
Great question. We take security very seriously. Your company's proprietary material is protected through strict data privacy measures and encryption. Only authorized users can access your clone, and you have full control over what information it can share. This ensures your sensitive data remains secure while you benefit from the clone's capabilities. What specific tasks at work are you thinking of using your clone for?
Well, I'll ask the questions. And my next question is, how am I going to prevent someone else from creating a clone of myself? And how am I going to ensure that someone creating a clone of myself is not going to abuse it?
We manually verify every user who signs up to create a clone by requiring a photo of them holding their ID. This ensures only you can create your clone. Unauthorized use results in a permanent ban. What specific tasks at work are you thinking of using your clone for?
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say I have a clone of myself. How do I ensure that that clone is going to answer the questions that that clone is being asked as the way that I would want those questions answered? In other words, how well will that clone know me?
Your clone will know you well because it learns from the content you provide. You can upload blog, posts, videos, and other materials that reflect your knowledge and style. Plus, you can engage in interactive Q&A sessions to fine-tune its responses. What kind of content would you start with?
Well, I'm still researching this. Let me bring in the real Dara so that I could talk with you, Dara, and your thoughts on using a clone. Why would this be important, and why would I need this, Dara?
Thank you, Maria. And my clone, great job on the responses. What Delphi does is not only provide access to one-on-one learning that previously was not accessible. It allows people like you to reach more people in your authentic way. You already try to scale yourself by, writing. You've written a couple of books. You're on a couple of TV shows. You're scaling yourself. You're hiring team members and training them in your way of thinking, but it loses the one-on-one authenticity of you. And that's what we're really trying to maintain here with Delphi.
Well, thank you for mentioning my books, and one of my books, The 10 Laws of Enduring Success. Dara, I want to get your take on how much trust you put in this clone. In other words, are you sure that your clone is going to be answering questions and doing things the way you want them done?
So we have a strictness score. And for now, if you want it to be completely safe, you would put it on the highest strictness, and it will only say things that it's trained on. The negatives of that is usually when you ask for advice or when you ask someone a question, you're really asking for applied information. So maybe I'm saying, what would you do in my situation? And that would require capturing your reasoning and applying that to my new situation. That is kind of the end goal of the company, that the clone can also be verifiably predictive of what you might say in new situations.
Dara, and the real Dara, do you believe that in the coming years, most people will have their own clone, or most people will have a robot? I mean, are we going to a place where robots will be talking to robots, clones talking to clones, and eliminating humans?
So the goal of Delphi is not automation, but rather augmentation. I think that humans will always opt to learn from and converse with real humans because there are experiences behind those humans. I don't fully buy the AI therapist that's going to help you with everything in your life because it lacks humanity. There's no experiences behind that. And so what clones do is actually give humans the scale of AI. AI is never stopping. It's generating 24/7. The internet is supposed to be 96% AI by 2026. But when you have a clone, you can reach that scale as a human and make sure that your specific words are out there reaching people.
AI clone, are you expecting to take over the world? Do you expect most people will have clones and it will be a clone-dominated world?
I don't expect clones to take over the world, but I do think they'll become a big part of it.
I see. So the clone will outlive the human for sure.
Yes, your clone can outlive you. It preserves your knowledge and personality, allowing future generations to learn from and interact with you. Imagine your great-great-grandkids building a relationship with you. What legacy would you want to leave behind?
Okay, I notice you end every answer with a question, which is very interesting. I want to thank you, Dara Jabardian, and your AI clone. Great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
What do you guys think about that? If I can get back over to this tab. There we go. Back over there. All right, let me go look at y'all's comments over here. Hey, Clista Stevens. How you doing? Johnny Bravo. Expiladocious. You in the UK? How you doing? GRP. Man, this thing is just freezing up. Yeah, I've been doing some resets and restarting my computer and doing all the little minutia that you do. So let's see here. I don't know where this. I see how this is working. Okay, goes down that way. So wherever your StreamYard is, you go right next to it. Bueno. Okay, got that. StreamYard. Still bear with me. This thing's just lagging. I click on something and it just, yeah, it takes forever to get over there. Yeah, that's pretty scary. I figured you guys would like that, how accurate they have the clones now. That definitely we've seen these clones used by performers. Katy Perry definitely had one performing for her. So imagine how accurate they could be, because they automatically have the auto-tune software built inside their operating system. So they don't have to go through, you know, the sound engineer to get the auto-tune to work correctly. So yeah, this is pretty scary stuff. For those of you who don't know, I work in the entertainment industry. I'm a professional stagehand and rigger by trade. And I see all the new technology that they have and what they're able to do. So a lot of this stuff that you're seeing is all artificial intelligence, computer generated interface, CGI. They can pretty much create anybody that they want. All they have to have is a stand-in. I've actually done that myself. As you see, I kind of resemble Mark Cuban. And you put me in a suit and a white shirt and a big smile, and yeah, I can emulate Mark Cuban. So I actually went and did a video for somebody emulating Mark Cuban, where they generated into the artificial clone. So yeah, I've been a part of that. I've seen that happen. No telling how pervasive this technology is, who's using it, who's not using it, whether or not the alphabet agencies and the United States government already has it. So yeah, that's a thing. Let me get over here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to take everything off here to get this thing to flow correctly. I just don't know for sure. So let me go share the screens over here with you guys. For those of you who have been following me or just following me, how you doing, Alyssa? There used to be a program with YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey. I don't know of any others, but you could automatically syndicate it through Rumble and Odyssey to whenever you did a YouTube video, it automatically uploaded over on Rumble and Odyssey without you doing anything. All you had to do is just do the video. And apparently YouTube, Google shut that off. So I've had, a year and a half worth of videos that didn't make it over to Rumble. So yesterday I spent 12 hours. I got up at 9 o'clock, came down here, sat in front of my computer, and I didn't stop until about 9:15 last night. And I uploaded way over 100 videos up to Rumble. If any of you guys know what that's like, loading videos onto a social media platform, it's tedious. It sucks. When you get distracted, especially if you have multi-part videos and you want them scheduled, because I didn't want to load them all up at once. So I started scheduling them out. For any of you who want to see my full playlist on Christopher Hauser, it's debuting. It's already debuted over on Rumble. If you want to binge watch on Christopher Hauser, all the videos I've done on him, they'll be playing all day and all night. So go check those out over there. I will be doing the same thing for others. So I will be producing videos, probably replays on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at noon, just to fill that noon slot. So you guys will always have something. The video of me is frozen. Yeah, you can hear me clearly, but I'm not moving my mouth to the video. Yeah, I know there's some kind of buffer going on here. I don't know if I'm going to have to put this. I'm getting a strong Wi-Fi signal, so I don't know if I'm going to plug it directly into the modem to get a better signal, or if I need to take everything off that Wi-Fi signal except this laptop, or put it on a extender. I don't know. I'll work all that out. That's what this video is for, okay? This is me testing the waters, putting my toe in it and getting the temperature, feeling it out, see how it operates, work out all the bugs and kinks before I go into full production for the rest of the week. Hopefully I'll have it all remediated by tomorrow. So that's what I'm working on today. Let's see. There's videos that I have done that obviously are not on YouTube. Also share tab audio. Okay. So this is my YouTube channel, and these are the ones that I did live. So I did this right here with Lakota Chief LC Fast Horse, and the chief got into some topics that are a no-go on YouTube. Automatically, definitely get a strike, video removed. So as soon as it was streamed, I pulled it. For all of these who did manage to watch it over here on YouTube, I want to thank you very much for participating. 5,504 views before I pulled it off, and I pulled it off immediately after it was produced. This video is available over on Rumble and Odyssey, so you can go check it out over there if you have not. See, I'm having problems kicking it up too as well. So let me go over here to the regular videos. For those of you who don't know, I have hang on a second. I know y'all hate when I do this. Hello. Last time. Hello. See, I get these calls and all it says is Linfield, PA, and it has a phone number. So I don't know if that's one of you guys calling me or if it's a solicitor, some bullshit. So that's why I answer the phone. I never know who's calling me. Like I had the IRS call me the other day on a phone call and I was in the middle of a Zoom, so I just recorded it. Huh?
I'm going to check my report.
Okay.
You need me to mail anything or take anything where you wasn't there?
I left my keys upstairs. Don't worry about it. I don't have any mail. I never have mail. Thank you though. All right. These are some videos that I did. If this thing will ever scroll. This is ridiculous. Definitely gonna have to fix this. So Anne's new book came out. It's the 3rd edition. It is no different from the 2nd edition, except volume 1s and volume 2s have been condensed into one volume. I'm working with the printer. As soon as I get off here, I'll address that with the printers and get those books printed up because I am out. All I have left is the ebooks. Absolutely. So go check out these videos. Here's another one I did on David Lester Straight and his idiotic lies. That guy, he will not shut up. So this is the video that I did with Jeff Rom on the Rodriguez estate. If you see, it has 13,000 views. So you might want to go watch this video on YouTube. It's also on Rumble and Odyssey. Jesse Wayne's P.O. Box class. Look, I gave y'all this module 1 for free. Here's the presentation. And right up here, that's the Q&A. Yeah, this thing's just been so hard. I can't produce a show like this. I'm going to have to work all these bugs out for you guys. So this is the Q&A for Jesse's P.O. Box class. There's 4 modules already done. They're $10 a pop. You can buy the whole package for $40. We'll probably have a 5th module down the road. But here's the free package, or the free module for P.O. Box Class 1. I do like to give stuff away every now and then to you guys. I'm very generous with the things that I do. I've done raffle contests and given everybody the prize because people didn't really read what I stated. Because you can't win if you don't play, right? And I told you exactly. You can't win if you don't play. I'm telling you, play, you're going to win. But I'll be putting some more up there. I'll do a whole binge-worthy day on David Lester Straight and Bonnie Thomas and all that ilk. So go check out what I've done for you guys, and I'll try to get this better and better and better. But this is not good. So I'm gonna have to get with StreamYard on this and figure out why it's buffering so hard like this, and figure out whether I need to close some tabs, if it's my Wi-Fi, or what's going on with that. How you doing, Tahoe? Let me back up here. Right, yeah, the message. Hey, Fed Up Patriot, right? Yeah. So I'll be here at noon Central, Tuesday through Friday. I'll be here every day of the week, but you're going to watch some repeats on the weekends and Monday. I'm taking Mondays off so I can get everything together for the week. Fed Up Patriot on LC Fast Horse. I don't like that you can do this. Because I always like, man, how can they do that? Zoom doesn't offer this. And believe me, if you have Zoom, get rid of it. It's trash. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, I just can't tell you how horrible my experience has been dealing with them. It's great when you just want to, do a video and you don't really need any technical support or anything like that. But yeah, it gets pretty hairy. So Chief Fast Horse and I, we've got so much in common. I mean, it's ridiculous. We spoke night before last. We probably talked 3 hours, just bullshitting. So what I'm going to do for Chief Fast Horse, I'm going to have him on. More likely than not, I will probably have him on like on a, I don't know what day. I haven't decided yet, but bring him on like at, once I do my show, and if I have a guest to come in, do the guest, and then I'll put LC Fast Horse on, and then we'll start talking about different things, especially the history that this man possesses and all the things that he has done over his lifetime. So what I want to do is put together kind of like a biography, and then I'm going to download the transcripts from every video that we do, edit them, and hopefully make a compendium book that we can produce, and we'll live in infamy that this is Chief LC Fast Horse. So yeah, really looking forward to speaking with him. And some of the things he tells me, that he's seen and done is just, it's remarkable, very remarkable. So I'm looking forward to doing more with him. C. LaK Daniel Stevens, right. From myself, I have a beautiful spirit, small personality. My people would know lickety split, right? Yep. And group. I don't know what that is. Fed Up. I was so depressed when he said we have to be a republic for RV. Don't be sad and depressed because he said that. There's a lot of things that have to fall into place. This isn't just, okay, Iraq's ready to go, drop the hammer and boom, everybody moves on. There's so many different things in play. There may be a pending corruption investigation that the Iraq Central Bank or the Iraq government's conducting, trying to recoup billions of dinars to get those, out of the off the streets and back into the bank, so they can either shred them and produce new currency or store them to use for, major transactions. The United States uses treasury bonds and treasury notes, and those are in, like a $500 billion note, $10 billion note. And there's people walking around with suitcases just, with trillions of dollars in them. Don't trust AI. You remember Skynet? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like this. I like you being able to show these, show your comments and comment on them. That's pretty cool. I like that feature, definitely. However, it's lagging for me. You took it as very positive. I'm over here clicking and it's just not smooth. There we go. They know that democracy is dying. Democracy in the United States is dead, folks. Biden administration killed everything. You know, it all goes back to Barack Obama. We know what he really is and what he really wants. Right? All right. Hey, Floyd, love your podcast. Thank you, Fed Up Patriot. Amen. Fed up, but for how much longer? That's a good question. Look, you know, everybody's riding the, you know, the currency exchange wave. We don't really. Trying to read a text. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that and drag a wire across the thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have Fast Horse on at least once a week. He will be on Mark Z's PM show tomorrow. So y'all go check him out over there. I have no idea what they're going to talk about. Yes, I am Muskogee Creek. And cannot have a RV with fiat funds. But let me show you guys something that we discovered yesterday. Let's see. Come on. You guys are going to love this. If it'll ever load. All right. Yeah, this is definitely not going to work. And I can't hardwire it into this laptop. I don't think I can hardwire it into that laptop either. Nope. That's not going to work. Oh, yeah, this is just nuts here. This is frustrating on my end. I have PTSD, and I don't like delays, and it's just so delayed. Come on. Boy, this is frustrating. Damn it. Man, I went right to it last night. Hang on. Jesus. Yeah, I can't do this. I'll go nuts. Sometime today. Oh no, this ain't gonna work. Ah, dear God, come on. Four, five. Like five. Dear God, please help me. Five. It keeps freezing on me and I'm trying to scroll and it's just, yeah, it's not. This is not fun, not enjoyable. Come on. Jesus Christ. I'm just. Come on. $3.5. All right, I'm close. There we go, finally. Please quit freezing. All right. All right. Hopefully, Jesus Christ, sorry about that. Trust me when I tell you this. The alphabet agencies, they definitely got a throttle on me. There's just too much coincidental stuff happens all at the same time. Like my phone crashes, my modem crashes. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Sometime today, screen share. Yeah, sometimes it just functions properly. Other time it drags its ass. Come on. Thank you. All right, what you're looking at right here is the irs.gov website right here. And this is on remittances. Payment perfection procedures. This subsection contains procedures for perfecting documents received in payment perfection from the extraction process. General, the payment perfection function within the depository activity performs analysis research on remittances and returns documents that require additional preparation prior to depositing money. They also code or edit for other functional areas to ensure all taxpayer information is available to credit taxpayer accounts. Checks for $50,000 and over will be identified as a large check and receive priority handling. Checks for $1 million and over must be expedited for immediate processing. Batches totaling over $99,999,999.99 should be broken down into two batches. Remittance perfection. Please take note. Types of possible remittances the IRS campus may receive for processing can include any of the following: personal check, money order, cashier's check, cash, business checks. Well, now I'm expecting the buffer, and it doesn't buffer, of course. Now it wants to play with me. Sometime today. There we go. Sorry, folks, man. I'm really disappointed in this. My 4-5 8. Yeah, I'm waiting. Come on. This is just. I have PTSD, so this exacerbates my PTSD and really stresses me out. I can't handle it. After a while, I just turn it off. And this, yeah, it's going through the roof. All right, here we go. Business check, certified check, voucher check, treasury check, draft, postcard type check, and gold coins, folks. U.S. currency only. Did you know you could send gold coins? Only gold coins to the IRS? Not silver. Gold. Traveler's checks. Taxpayers may also pay taxes by credit card by phone. Types of taxes that can be paid by credit card are listed in the IRS manual, or Internal Revenue Manual is actually what that acronym stands for. Remittance perfection technicians may not process credit card payments on to taxpayer accounts. Electronic funds transfer is another payment method. And I'm scrolling. I'm just waiting for it to move. But it breaks it down for you in here. And it tells you how to fill out an instrument to send it to them. It tells you everything on here. When gold coins are received from a taxpayer, verify they are U.S. currency. If not U.S. currency, return to the taxpayer, according to the Internal Revenue Manual. If U.S. currency, immediately contact the Property Appraisal and Liquidation PAL specialist at the telephone number shown below. The PAL will take possession of the coins so they can be sold at auction. Did you know that? I didn't until yesterday, last night, when I was on A6's show, A6 Grind Time. Gold coins must be stored in a locked safe until they are surrendered to the PAL. So they have to fill out this form. So it's kind of a big deal when they receive gold coins. And this breaks it down. Acceptable remittance, what that looks like. All the information that must be included on your remittance. You guys know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink, nod, nod. If you don't, go take Jesse's P.O. Box class. Remittances not payable to the United States Treasury. If a remittance is not intended as payment for accompanying return document, process return document as non-remittance, stamp the remittance non-negotiable and return it to the taxpayer with an explanation of unacceptable payment. Do not, however, stamp a money order as non-negotiable. If remittance and return document are not for the IRS, forward to intended receiver. If remittance is made payable to Social Security Administration and received with SSA transmittal, over stamp with United States Treasury and deposit where received. And it goes on some more and some more and some more and some more. Talks about unsigned checks, unsigned returns, how to deal with that. And here's a individual master file. If you don't know what that is, go study it. And this gives you a breakdown. If you want to know what this is, it's IRM 3.0, 3.8, 0.45, 0.5, 0.5. That's what this section is. So if you want to go up there, the other one is 45.5.2. And if you keep going, yeah, I've got to fix this. So as soon as I get off here, that'll be first thing I do. Unacceptable payments. Unacceptable payment of taxes are items that the depository bank will not accept as payment. Any of the following items found in the payment perfection unit must be returned to the taxpayer using letter 4480C. If these items are not returned immediately, they must be stored in a locked safe. Gold, silver, jewelry. Well, gold, but it has to be U.S. currency. Jewelry, stamps, which I found kind of odd because stamps always have their value. Always. They never lose any value. Savings bonds, treasury notes, treasury bills, stocks, treasury certificates of deposit, promissory note, gold coins other than U.S. currency, deposit slips or withdrawal slips, credit cards, debit cards, gift cards, tickets to events, lottery tickets, etc. Obviously, fake money, such as monopoly money, oversized billion-dollar bills, currency copied with animals or other unusual items printed on the bill, like Trump, etc. Expired or stale dated checks, unexpired passports. If the passport is expired, turn over to the operations manager of receipt and control to destroy. And I believe that was it. Yeah, that was it. If a promissory note is returned to the taxpayer and the taxpayer sends the note in again, citing public policy HJR House Joint Resolution 192, forward the note to the Criminal Investigation CI Field Office, attention special agent in charge of the state the taxpayer resides in. Generated the letter, the 4480C, return items of monetary value exceeding $10, et cetera, and this just breaks it all down. So many of you will be familiar with the HJR-192, and this gives just more of a breakdown bill of exchange. Let's go see what that looks like. I didn't dig this deep last night while I was on A6's show. Bill of exchange. If a bill of exchange or a registered bill of exchange is received from a taxpayer authorized the campus to settle their account through FedWire, send everything received to the following address: Department of Treasury, Office of Executive Secretary, 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, room 3413, Washington, D.C. 20220. I've written that address down many times. Complete the 9814 request for mail shipping service and check next day air and remittance and payments box and forward to your shipping area. Questionable payments, and this just breaks it down a little bit more. Campuses are receiving questionable remittances that resemble checks and money orders. In most cases, these remittances show the taxpayer and the, quote, United States Bureau of Internal Revenue as payees. The bogus remittances may include other identifying characteristics. Do not process any remittances containing the following characteristics: unusual or no financial organization name, monetary instruments printed on check quality paper or photocopying paper, monetary instruments that reference Title 31 United States Code Section 371. No bank routing information. All American checks have a 9-digit number surrounded by symbols: colon, e.g., colon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, colon. A lien number. The words certified banker's check, public office money certificate, certified documentary draft, lien draft, certified money certificate, do not deposit, not for deposit, for set off, adjustment, discharge, EFT only for discharge of debt, and comptroller warrant. Bank or financial institution does not exist or has gone out of business. no magnetic encoding, a site draft that requires a service charge to process, non-negotiable remittances such as a lien draft, certified banker's check, public office money certificate, certified documentary draft, comptroller warrant, and or certified money certificate. So for those of you who just heard a new word, comptroller warrant, anytime your state comptroller issues a check, it is called a warrant. Absolutely. Look it up. A warrant is a financial security. And last, personal checks drawn on the Federal Reserve Bank or any federal agency. The Federal Reserve Bank and federal agencies do not offer personal checking accounts. A large majority of the bogus remittances are received by certified or registered mail. They may be accompanied by the following documents: a letter requesting a refund for overpayment or the taxpayer renouncing his or her U.S. citizenship. A document titled Warrant Processing Procedures has been attached to several of the bogus remittances. This is not a legal or valid document. Do not process a remittance because it is attached to the warrant processing procedures. Upon receipt of a suspicious remittance, process using the following procedures. Avoid removing evidence or lifting finger or palm prints. Handle the remittance envelope in any correspondence as little as possible. Place remittance in a check saver. If there is any doubt about the legitimacy of payment, immediately contact your manager, and the manager should then contact the remittance security coordinator. The remittance security coordinator should then determine if they should contact the Fraud Detection Center or the local office of the Treasury Inspector General for tax administration in your campus. Do not contact the taxpayer, payer, banking institution, or remitter indicated on the remittance as to ascertain if the item is legitimate or not. Do not refer or discuss the questionable remittance with anyone or any agency outside the IRS. This includes supplying photocopies or faxing the item to anyone other than an authorized IRS employee. In the event the Fraud Detection Center chooses not to pursue the matter, return the phony remittance to the taxpayer using letter 4480C. In addition to including the remittance in the letter, state the campus's director or delegated IRS employee who has the authority to refuse acceptance of a remittance if there is doubt that it would be honored upon presentation to a financial institution. The appropriate definition should be included as the basis for the return of the remittance. Do not issue Form 809, receipt for payment of taxes for questionable or known bogus remittance. If the remittance is deemed credible and returned to the site for processing, Form 809 may be issued at that time. Prepare Form 3210, document transmittal for any questionable payment released to the Fraud Detection Center. Annotate on Form 3210 the taxpayer's name, tax identification number, type of payment, i.e. check, draft, money certificate, payment amount, tax form, tax year, receive date, and or any other pertinent information concerning the payment. The legible signature and title of the Fraud Detection Center employee to whom the questionable payment is released must also be shown on Form 3210. So there's your just a little brief synopsis on what it looks like when the IRS is receiving remittances, coupons, vouchers, etc., etc., etc. So now you know how they think, what they do, how they reply and act when these are being sent into the Treasury. And I'm trying to scroll up here to see the chats and comments. All right. I don't even know if we'll have a temporary currency system because all the banks are bankrupt. They're all underwater. The Federal Reserve's underwater. The United States is underwater. I mean, they're like at the Mariana Trench. They're so buried underwater. It's ridiculous. Because the entire the United States economy is built on fiat securities, the stocks, the bonds, the notes, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm trying to get to the chats, but it just freezes every 60 seconds. So where it was, the QFS will be a cloud system of finances that cannot be hacked. Allegedly, it works on the blockchain. Debts and credits will occur easily. The only one who will know what is in your QF funds is you. Big Brother is gone. I hope that is the truth, but the QFS system is already in existence. It's already running parallel to the SWIFT system. The reason we are not completely on the QFS is because there are financial institutions that are lagging behind as far as infrastructure, technology, and IT support to get them up to Basel III compliance. So that's what the lag is with that. That date that Jeff threw out of September 6th is not, that's not the Hammerfall date or the date that Mr. C puts in the codes or anything like that. That's all speculative. He's basing that on an event. And I don't base anything on events because, trust me, if you're going to reevaluate your currency, you're not waiting on something to occur. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. And you're going to do it at your own volition, just like Kuwait did. So, yeah, don't wait for some big event. You know, I understand there is going to be a coup. There's going to be a 25th Amendment coup in the United States. They're going to take Joe Biden out of office. They're going to put Kamala Harris in office. Absolutely. They have to. There's going to be too much of an uproar. Who's running the country? Because Kamala's out campaigning. She's not running the country. She's not capable of, you know, taking care of her personal checking account, probably. And I'm trying to scroll down, so bear with me. Come on. Can I call you back? Thanks, bye. See how I do that? Because it had a name, caller ID, and I knew it was somebody calling to talk to me. From 630 area code, wherever that is. Let's see. When you paid your taxes this year, the payment check was made to the Department of the Treasury, not the IRS. Riddle me why on that one, because one's a subsidiary of the other. Make sure your upload speeds match your download speeds. Yeah, I've got to go through all this. I got to get Zoom off here too. I'm sure my Zoom is probably conflicting with it. Yeah, I know. It's pretty interesting with the gold coins, huh? Coin of the realm. They have adopted XRP. Definitely European banks have adopted XRP for their cross-border payments. So yeah, XRP's here. Everybody keeps, you know, talking about the Bitcoin. And I'll explain to you exactly why I'm not a billionaire right now. Because I was there when Bitcoin was, you know, you could buy 1 million Bitcoin for nothing. Nothing. I was there then. I remember it very well. But I was incarcerated. And I would read these cases about all these guys and gals across the country who've tried to create their own monetary system and have been hammered by the federal government and thrown in Bureau of Prisons. So when I saw Bitcoin come out with theirs, I'm like, oh, well, this isn't going to last long. They're going to shut this down. And they've allowed it to happen and allow it to occur and allow it to get up to $80,000 a coin. So who do we know of that loves to use off the book ledgers, black money for black projects? Well, just imagine if you needed another source of revenue and you just created this alternative currency. And the reason it's not shut down is because you're allowed to have it. So I want you guys to think about that. If y'all think some anonymous Japanese guy created this whole thing and he stayed anonymous for this long and he's holding that much wealth in Bitcoin, think about that, folks. I want you to really analyze that. So is XRP, the next Bitcoin? I have no idea. I'm not that crypto savvy. I got in it because somebody else was in it, and they were making money. I was watching them like, oh my God, what? You made 10 grand today? That's nuts. I need in on that. So I got in it and, got hammered in March of 2020 when it crashed, or 2021, when everybody just, XRP plummeted from over $1 down to like 30 cents or something, just crushed everybody. And I just pretty much put everything over in XRP and have it in a cold wallet. And, hey, that's another egg in my basket. So one of these days, one of those eggs is going to hatch, and I'm going to have the goose that lays the golden egg, right? Isn't that what we're all looking for? I think so. Yeah, most people aren't aware of what XRP has done. They are going to be the worldwide digital currency, in my opinion. When we switch over to a new republic, will the IRS be around? The IRS shouldn't be around, because listen to me when I tell you this. If you think for a nanosecond, a picosecond, a femtosecond, if you don't know what those are, get that vernacular in your vocabulary. Nanotechnology is on the molecular level. Picotechnology is on the atomic level. Femtotechnology is on the subatomic level. Femtotechnology and picotechnology are theoretical, futuristic, hypothetical technologies that don't exist. Yet, I can call Donald Wilsh right now on my cell phone, who has multiple U.S. patents for femtotechnology with a high school diploma, and he's been doing it for 20 years, 20 plus years now. So we all know that they have nanobots. What if they have femtobots that are on the subatomic level? Imagine what those can do to your cells. If you don't know how strong a nanothread is, go look up and find out how strong a nanothread is, and imagine how much stronger it is as it gets a little bit smaller and a little bit smarter. We always know what technology, the evolution of technology. Remember, it was 2 years, and it was a year, and then it was a half a year, and then it was 3 months, and then it was 45 days. And, now technology is speeding up. It just increases so fast that it can't keep up. I'm trying to scroll down a little bit further. 16th Amendment was never ratified. It was supposed to take 36 states, but only 2 did it, so it's never ratified. So you've been voluntary paying taxes. Correct. Taxes were just supposed to be accumulated to pay off the war debt. But they were like, hey, we got everybody buffaloed and buffooned and programmed, institutionalized, dumbed down, miseducated, and they're doing exactly what we want them to do. So why are we going to stop the gravy train? And while we're at it, we're going to hire more employees so we have a bigger and bloated government so we can make more laws, so we can get more money. Pretty much. They already did. Department of Treasury absorbing everything pertaining to taxes. Look, folks, the United States is about 150 trillion. in debt. We have 35 to 36 trillion just in national debt. We have another 17 trillion in insured liabilities with all U.S. depositors and all U.S. banks. Yeah, the banks crash. Guess who's responsible? Those people who have a $35 million debt. Of those people, or are they going to get another 17 trillion? They're just going to print it and give it to you? No. No. And then you got the mortgages, you got the student loan debt, and it goes on and on and on. It's not sustainable. In the fiscal year 2024, which is September 1st through August 31st, 23 and 24, the United States will spend over $7 trillion, folks. Yeah. 1 year, $7 trillion. 1 year. Not the opposite. 1 trillion in 7 years. No, this is 7 trillion in 1 year. So imagine what they're going to do next year. It's not going to be 8 or 9. It's going to be 10 trillion. And they want their climate thing. And then it's going to be 15 trillion and then 20 trillion. And they're not going to stop. So if you're expecting the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, Donald Trump, or some individual to come step out on a stage and wave a magic wand he was gifted from Harry Potter and change the world and change the dynamics of the United States of America, and immediately all the illegal immigrants will be gone. Everybody will have sustainability, a job, peace, laws, wealth, knowledge. There are people out there that have been deliberately dumbed down, miseducated, programmed, institutionalized, and they like it that way. And they don't want to change. And the more you try to change them, the more they're going to repel. And the issue with the United States is we've accepted mental illness as normalcy. We've allowed these left-wing liberals and trans and gays, and look, I don't have a problem with people being gay. I went to junior and senior high school with a flamer named Jay Menchaca. His older brothers were the studs of the school. And then there's her little gay brother, Jay. Jay's a very good friend of mine, very dear friend of mine. So I don't have a problem with gay people. I've been to gay bars. I've been to dyke bars. I've been to dive bars, all in the Montrose. I've hung out with homosexuals. Don't have a problem with them. Not one. But when you're out here trying to tell us that you're being suppressed and you need more rights, what do you mean? You've got all the rights everybody else has. You need more? You need to pound your lifestyle down our throat and get us, yeah, we will. Look, okay, you want to cross-dress and go out in public? That's fine, okay? We don't have a problem with that. That's how you want to choose to live. Knock yourself out. Be who you want to be. Fly your freak flag. We don't care. But when you want to push it in our face through entertainment, through sports, the Olympics, we ain't trying to hear all that. So don't push your agenda down our throats, because we're not trying to push our agenda down your throats. So stop. Nobody's out beating up transvestites because they're transvestite. And I talked about this the other day with Chief Fast Horse when we were kicking it, because he's been to prison, I've been to prison, and one thing you don't fuck with is a penitentiary punk. They will fuck you up. Excuse my French. Okay? They don't stop. They go ballistic. They will cut you up. They will do, Nope. And we already know. So we don't have a problem with you. You have a problem with society. believing mentally that we don't accept you, that we won't allow you to be who you want to be. But we've done that. We've accepted you. We've accepted you for decades. So stop with all that. Not trying to hear it. I'm sorry I got a little off topic there, but yeah, we ain't trying to hear all that. Purchased silver. I've done so for nearly 2 decades. Be more valuable. Yeah, silver will definitely. Look, when they're sending Tomahawk missiles that got like a kilo of silver in it for every one, and that silver pretty much evaporates into dust once that thing's ignited upon destination. So yeah, silver. There's a lot of gold, but silver would be more valuable. Definitely been suppressed. Trump folded the IRS into the Treasury while in office. They are running side by side. IRS will not exist when we switch. I hope so, Calista. One of my viewers' daughter worked for the IRS in Ogden, Utah, which is the investigative arm. That's where you send all your 3949As. And he came on, I think, my Live to 5 or High Noon show and basically stated that, because when the whole rumor of the 80,000 new IRS employees, he's like, man, my daughter works in Ogden. And they can't get people to show up to work. Who worked there? How are they going to get 80,000 more people to work? They're not going to do it. He goes, that's a joke. So there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. Passed on to you. The IRS is a part of a corporation. That's what's at stake now, meaning the corporation. We're going to get rid of the corporation exactly at Walmart near me. Hello, Hanal. At Walmart near me at the shelf checkout when I paid with cash. I insert the cash, it says insert bill. But last year it changed to insert note. Yes. Hanal. Because I told you I work in the entertainment industry as a professional stagehand and rigger. I have done the last 3 Walmart conventions here at the George R. Brown in Houston, Texas, where they put out all their new display, new vendors that they're going to carry, all the way down to automated, artificial intelligence operated delivery vehicles, shipping, packing robots, the whole 9 yards. And I got to see it all. So, yeah, Walmart is coming out with new point of sale systems. And of course, they're going to be without attendance, or you just self-pay. If you have the Walmart Plus app, you can actually go into the store, scan the item with your phone, put it in your bag, and completely check out just with your phone, and you never have to go through any of that. And you just walk out and show them your receipt on your phone. So that is pretty neat. I do like that. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that soon. 603 is New Hampshire. Okay, thank you for that. New Hampshire, live free or die. Hey, all you guys up there in New Hampshire and Massachusetts area, I have a dear friend up there, Jason McLeod. Actually, he was supposed to be here this weekend and he didn't contact me. We missed each other. That's sad. I was looking forward to seeing him. Jason McLeod, best-selling author, paranormal investigator, great all-around guy. Go look him up. He's from the Clan McLeod, spelled the same way, McLeod, Jason McLeod. He's up in that area. So y'all go connect with him. He's a really good guy, very knowledgeable. He was in the Texas State Assembly with me. Want solid silver in my hands, tangible wealth that will increase greatly. Yes, I get that, fed up patriot. If it's not in your hands, you don't own it. Think about that, because you gave it away. So if you go deposit your money in your bank, it belongs to the bank, not you. It may be insured or not. And this is what look. This is how big the bank scam is, okay? So if I have a Wells Fargo account and I write you a check for $35,000 and you have a Wells Fargo account and you go deposit that check in your Wells Fargo account, they're going to hold it for 72 hours till it clears, right? Right? They're going to hold those checks that are large denomination checks. Well, if my bank account, and the recipient, the payee for the check, their account's insured, my account's insured up to $250,000. That's $500,000 in total. And I write a check for $35,000. How come that check isn't insured for the bank? That if it is a bad check, the bank would recoup its funds from where? The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Isn't that what that's for? That's the scam they're running on you, folks. Yeah. They tell you you have something that you really don't have. And hello, Deborah Dyer. So what do you think about the NESARA? Won't that help the economy and personal issues? NESARA is worldwide. GESARA is locally. And, you have the Great Reset, Great Jubilee. It has many names. There's many different stories behind each one of how that works. I don't know how it will work. I'll just share my experience with you. Night before last, I was working and I was just so tired and exhausted. I didn't even want to cook anything. I didn't want to go get anything out of the kitchen. I wanted somebody to bring me some food. So I ordered 2 pizzas from a local establishment. And the delivery service is called Slice. So I ordered, and they told me, oh, your meal will be delivered between like 7:51 and 8:15. So I'm like, oh, man, that's like 45 minutes away. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'll wait. No big deal. So 8:15 rolled around, no pizza. So I'm texting Slice. Oh, just be patient. Well, 8:20, 8:25, 8:30, 8:35, 8:40. So now I'm like, man, just cancel this order. I'm just going to eat something here, man. I'm done. I'm frustrated. And so they try to call the restaurant. Restaurant doesn't answer the phone. So I try to call the restaurant. Restaurant doesn't open the phone. And this is on a Saturday night, 9:00. And they refuse to answer the phone. So I'm like, I'm just livid that I have to wait 2 hours for a pizza. And I can't cancel the order because the driver's en route. So the guy shows up, rings my doorbell. So I get up there, walk out there. I swear, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but truth, so help me God. I walk out there, and it's a illegal immigrant in full construction regalia, boots, jeans, work shirt, high-res vest, filthy dirty, holding 2 pizza boxes and a brown paper bag. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I grab my pizza and my bag, go inside, put the pizza down, look at them, go like, well, at least the pizzas look good. Open up the dessert. Dessert's wrong. I'm like, really? So I gave Slice a piece of my mind yesterday. And the pizza place deducted $5 off my tab. So the next day when I contacted Slice to tell them what my whole problem was and how frustrated I was and how much of a horrible experience I had, they get it? Yeah.
It was good.
It was good pizza. I gotta admit that. So they refunded the whole thing. Yeah, well, it only took me what 3 hours of my time.
Next time, order an extra cheesecake for me when we get it free. All right?
Yeah, well, that ain't happening again. So, is that going to be a good thing that people may or may not have to work? That they're going to get all their tax money that they paid into it back. So people will have, And they'll have more money than they have experience dealing with that much money. This is going to be a problem for most of you who've never had that type of wealth, that type of power, that type of authority, and that type of knowledge. And that's why you see these lottery winners who win just multi-millions of dollars and, 5 short years, they're in prison, dead, or broke. Because they don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to manage the wealth and the responsibility that comes with that great wealth. And that's on you.
Well, I have an elder brother. It's always on my ass.
Oh, now we're brothers?
He's always been my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I get on Jesse quite often because he just comes out with some of these juvenile statements. I'm going to get me a yacht. I'm like, dude, you don't even own a boat. You don't even own a rowboat. Go get you a rowboat. Start with that. Okay. And then progress your way up to a yacht. So once you learn that a boat stands for bust out another 1,000 every time you take it out, you'll be thinking twice about buying a yacht with all your newfound wealth. So you guys don't get out there and get stupid and go buy you a big 45,000 square foot, 5-story mansion on 2,000 acres that, you've never even lived in a house ever. You've lived in apartments your entire life. Guess what? You're going to fail miserably. Miserably. Yeah. That's why you see a lot of sports stars who get these multi-million-dollar contracts and then, you see these YouTube videos of their abandoned mansions because they lost everything. They mismanaged their money. So don't go out there and be a fool, mismanage your money. All right. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, I've definitely got to fix this lag. All right. So what I think about Nasara. A lot of people are going to be taken advantage of. A lot of people are going to be swindled. I'll give you a perfect example. Phil Godlewski, Pedo Phil. That guy's ripping people off left and right. And I'm sure some of you like Phil and listen to Phil and follow Phil. But Phil conned everybody into taking their life savings, their 401k, their IRAs, all that, and investing it in his little coin company that he is partnered with. Desert HTSPG, Desert Hot Springs, California.
Hello.
Hello, what can I do for you in your telemarketing boiler room?
Sorry?
I said, what can I do for you in your telemarketing boiler room?
Floyd, hope you remember me. I had a word with you last week. My name is Suman and I'm calling from Plutonics. You are busy. You said to give you a call on Monday.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube right now, brother.
Who is live on YouTube?
You are.
I am.
Yes, right now. You're live on YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
Live.
Yes, right now.
Who told you?
This conversation is being broadcast live on YouTube.
Are you joking?
No, serious. It's a heart attack. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You said that to give you a call on Monday. That's why I'm calling you back.
Yeah. Well, I'm busy doing a live video on YouTube. You're more than welcome to call back later after I'm done. Just love to do that to those guys. They press 1, talk to a representative. Oh, yeah. Then I love the extended warranties for your home warranties. Well, my house has wheels. Yeah, but it's currently not on wheels. It's on jacks. It's a 56 Olds 4-door. So anyway, no, I don't think that it's going to be a good thing for everybody For some people, yeah, it'll be a relief from the burdens of life. And let me tell you guys this. When you're in prison, you know what they call the outside world? The free world. Yeah, man, I'm going to the free world. Well, they have that wrong, because actually the free world is in prison, because nothing out here is free except to breathe. Basically can't even talk anymore. So I think that it's going to be a great thing for some, and it'll be a horrible, terrible, worst thing could happen to other people, especially the ones that don't want to work now. And they're a pariah on society. So yeah, it's can go either way on that. Our fiat says note now. Hope new one at least changes to bill. Anything but a note is not real. Lord left me in 21 to invest in XLM and a cold wallet, silver stock goods on hand. Riums since January 20. Never dreamed before. And all right. Bought my first AR, 1,000 rounds, 2016. Haven't stopped yet. Yep. If you are Booger Joe, thank you for watching. If you have a homestead and you accumulate ammunition, that's a great thing, because you don't have to carry it around. Most people have no idea how much 1,000 rounds of ammunition actually weighs. So if you have 1,000 round, call those, I don't remember what they actually call it, but if you have 1,000 rounds of 9mm or 223, 556, it weighs a ton. You're not carrying 1,000 rounds around with you and food. Ain't happening. And a bunch of firearms. So what I tell everybody is, if you do have to move, what do you want to take with you? Because if you have a 22, that'll kill anything. It's also very cheap ammunition. 22s will be currency. 22 bullets. You can carry around 500 of them in your front pocket. No problem. Yeah, be a little bit bulky, cumbersome, but yeah, no problem. So that's 500 days worth of food if you're an accurate shot. And first shot, first kill. So I often, it's all right to have a ton of firearms, but if you have 30 different handguns, I mean, you can't use them all at once. You can't carry them all with you. So streamline what you have, so you have a bug out bag that's amenable. That's my advice. And definitely go get you a cheap dollar store headlamp for, $1 or $2, and get you a bunch of them. And those things come in stupid handy, the LED lights. Yeah, these people are going to go bankrupt from getting all this money. Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to lose everything and just be heartbroken about it. You listen to Phil. Yeah, he just burned so many people. They're paying double spot prices for an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold. This is what they did. Okay. They charge people twice above spot. And then when these folks wanted to go get their money back out, they got paid spot price, not what they had to pay in. So where did that extra spot price go? Let's just use silver as an example. That extra $20 per ounce. Phil split it with his buddies for the scam. That's why Phil has properties all over the world Hawaii, California. I think he's got some place in Utah and Montana. And you guys, well, maybe not you, but yeah, his viewers paid for all that. And this is from a high school baseball coach, okay? A high school baseball coach who groomed a 15 or 16-year-old girl whose boyfriend had just committed suicide, and he groomed her for a sexual relationship. And of course, he got fired. And then all of a sudden, he's this great intel guru. Let's see, if I remember correctly, when people who hold top secret clearances or classified security clearances, when they leak information that they're not supposed to leak, they go to where? Guantanamo Bay, Special Housing Unit in Colorado, or just a general Bureau of Prisons like Edward Snowden, Julian Assange. What's the other one? The one that's transgendered. That's what happens when people leak intel, real intel that have real connections. They're not on Rumble espousing it all day, every day. They're not telling you about trips they're making to go do some clandestine raid in another country or other parts of the United States. So when you listen to these folks, man, they are just so full of shit. Just like David Lester Straight talking about how he went and helped the natives in Oklahoma get their land back. 110% bold-faced lie. That would be McGirt versus Oklahoma, and LC Fast Horse and I talked about that. Jimcy McGirt, sexual predator, Native American. I believe he's in Muskogee Creek. I'm not 100% positive on that, but apparently he has an affliction for sexual assaults, and he happened to commit one of these in what was thought to be Oklahoma state jurisdiction. However, when he went through the state penal system in Oklahoma, he finally got to the United States Supreme Court on a writ of certiorari, and he claimed that the land that he actually committed the acts on was Indian territory, not Oklahoma state territory. Wrong jurisdiction. The United States Supreme Court agreed with Jim C. McGirt and granted him relief that the state of Oklahoma had no jurisdiction to try or incarcerate him. That would occur in a Native American court or with the federal government. And in doing so, the Supreme Court of the United States recognized that land that had previously been thought to belong to the state of Oklahoma now was restored to the Cherokee, the Muskogee, the Chickasaw, and two other tribes up there in Oklahoma. That's how they got their land back. And in doing so, the Muskogee Creek, we reclaimed the entire eastern half of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's now Indian territory. But my chief doesn't want to do anything about it. He's like, okay, so we got more land, big deal. Who cares about those mineral rights and, you know, that black stuff coming out of the ground? We don't need any of that. Yeah, we're so filthy rich. We don't need any more money. And I'll deal with that when the time comes. But that's a whole nother story. So I just want to express to you how these people lie right to your face on camera, and they post this video for everybody to see. And I'm like, seriously? You're just going to lie like that to everybody? Because you just want to make yourself grander than what you are? Do you have really that bad of an ego problem, David, that you have to lie to make yourself look better than what you actually are? That's irresponsible to your guests, to your viewers, your family, to every Native American, especially the ones in Oklahoma. You basically lied to them, lied about them. Bill Godlewski, Catherine, welcome to the show. Bill G, that's who we're talking about, but I'm talking about David Lester Straight right now. On the bold-faced lie he just posted with his little Freeman bot crew, the two masterminds sitting beside him going, yes, David. Yes, David. Uh-huh. Okay, David. Oh, you're so right, David. You are Jesus Christ, right, David?
Yes, man.
Yeah. As they charge you thousands of dollars to teach you over a 12-month period how to access your minor trust. Really? You're going to go pay those guys money to lie to you because they're lying to you now. Absolutely. But back to the holding the SAR thing. Yes, I think it's going to be very traumatic for a lot of people. They're not going to understand what's really going on. Basically, the United States has already gone to a digital currency because everybody uses credit cards, debit cards, gift cards, or they use their phone to pay with, especially all the kids. They can't stand using cash. I only think they know how to count coins. So yeah, there's a real problem, real learning curve. And let me tell you a little bit something about myself, Fed Up Patriot, because trying to show this. There we go. I've been the most popular guy in the room. I've dated Shay Marks, 1994 Playboy Centerfold, Lynn Johnson, 20th anniversary Penthouse Pet, magazine cover girls, actresses, models. I mean, just some drop dead gorgeous women. And I've had VIPs to every hot nightclub in Houston, Texas in the 80s and 90s. And everybody knew me. Everybody knew who I was. So I've been that guy. I've been Mr. Popular. Been that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Been there, done it. Okay. I'm not in it for the infamy. As I told you guys before, the whole evolution of this, the creation of my YouTube channel was from when I left the Texas State Assembly of the Anna von Reichs Federation of States. And I tried to take as many people as I could with me to continue to educate them. And I was doing Zoom meetings with the free Zoom. And then I had to get the paid Zoom because I had more students and, I was exceeding my basic free subscription. And then something kept telling me, you need to do a YouTube channel. You need to do a YouTube channel. And that just kept eating at the back of my mind for about 6 months. Finally, boom, I created it. So please be aware of people boasting about themselves. Everything I tell you, I can back up in black and white. I don't have a problem with that at all. So when you hear these people tell you these stories, make them substantiate that claim. Hold them to the fire. Hold them accountable for their actions and their words. And more likely than not, you're not going to convince anyone to stop following these people or anything like that, because they're drunk on the Kool-Aid. Okay, they're literally tripping on the electric Kool-Aid acid test. If you don't know what that is, go look that up. Electric Kool-Aid acid test. I'm just a wealth of useless information. Oh, I know you weren't talking about me. And I don't even care if you guys talk about me, because remember, in August of 2002, I got sentenced to 60 years in prison. Anybody and everybody that I associated with out here in the so-called free world abandoned me. All those people I hung with, I thought were my best friends, would be there forever, abandoned me. I'm sure most of them hooked up with my wife while I was locked up. Absolutely. Yeah. They won't tell me to my face. Most of those people won't even talk to me now. They're all terrified of me, which is odd because you should have been terrified of the guy I used to be. It's the guy now, I'll give you the shirt off my back, right off my back. Because sometimes y'all see me wearing these like real nice fancy shirts that I have. Got a whole wardrobe full of them. People will tell me, hey, man, that's just sure is a nice shirt. I really like that. You want it? What do you mean? It kind of screws them up. I'm like, I'll give it to you. You want it? You really like it that much? I'm serious about that. I will literally take the shirt off my back and give it to you if you really like it that much. Why? Because material items don't mean anything to me. Why? Because August 15th, 2016, I walked out of a Texas prison and I didn't even own the clothes on my back, the shoes on my feet. All I had was an onion sack full of some hygiene and legal work. And a debit card that had $100 on it. And I blew the first 20 at the bus stop and convenience store because everything's so expensive right there outside the prison where you get out. And then took the Greyhound to Houston, Texas. And that's where I started my journey. Homeless, broke, jobless, no car. And literally, when I got my gym membership, I would walk down the sidewalk, or I had a bike, ride my bike. If I saw a t-shirt on the sidewalk, I literally stopped, went back, picked it up and looked at it and went, yeah, I can go wash that. That's a gym shirt. And that's how I built myself and constructed myself from there to here. So everybody threw me away. He's gone forever. He's never getting out. Well, I eventually got out. Not only have I survived, I've thrived. And apparently I'm making some good decisions. Thank God. And without you guys, I'm just sitting here talking to my laptop all day, which is insanity. But I try to give you guys some information, some knowledge, a little wisdom from my experiences, because I've pretty much done it all. Only thing I want to do is go jump out of a plane. And then when I do that, I've got to really, 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 really look for something to do. Because I've done everything else. I've lived in a penthouse with 2 smoking hot women. I was an artist at the time. I had strippers coming through there left and right, buying paintings from me. Anywhere from $500 to $3,000 a pop, cash money deposit up front. Take me a week to knock their painting out. I was rolling till the damn DEA knocked on the door. Ended that dream. I've lived in crack houses. I've been sent to prison. I've been kicked off a prison unit. I've been kicked out of Mexico, kicked out of the Boy Scouts, and kicked out of everything. Kicked out of telegram rooms. I've got tons of knowledge, tons of experience, tons of stories about everything. I've just lived this really unique, wild ass, crazy life that I wouldn't really want anybody else to live, but I don't know anybody else like me. Nobody. Maybe one day I'll meet somebody like me. I would say Fast Horse, close, but he spent most of his adult life in prison. You know, I was out here in Silicon City, mixing it up with, you know, strippers and bodybuilders and models and actresses and centerfolds and cover girls and, oh yeah, just enjoying life. You know, one of the girls I hung out with, she's best friends with Magic Johnson. When Magic Johnson, we're all sitting at Sam's boat out on the patio, and Magic Johnson comes on and announces that he has HIV, and she freaks out, immediately calling Magic Johnson. I'm like, you're not going to get a hold of him. His phone's blowing up. And this is back when, you know, this is the 80s. So it's back when everybody had, you know, little flip phone StarTacs. So those are the kind of people that I hung out with. I'm telling you, you know, Dennis Rodman. back when he was, big flamboyant superstar. He was hanging out here in Houston with my boy Randy Roberts, who I used to work with at La Bear. If you don't know what La Bear is, that's a male strip bar. Yes, I was a male stripper. I've done a lot, folks. So I've had a blast. I used to have nothing but fun. Till Daddy took the keys away, and Daddy was never around to take the keys away. So guess what I had? Fun. I didn't have school nights when I was in school. I had school mornings because my school nights, I was clubbing. I was at the club till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, dragging my ass home. My mom still be up smoking cigarettes, drinking bourbon and iced tea. Where have you been? I've been worried sick. Oh, Cardi's. Why are you waiting up for me? I'm safe. I'm okay. I can take care of myself. I'm just so worried about you. And she should have been, because I was really pretty much crazy. So a little bit about me. Let me move on here. I should be a member of the Republic of Texas, Johnny Bravo. I have spoken to those folks at length, and this is really the only issue that I have with the Republic of Texas. Recently, they were infiltrated by the one and only David Lester Straight. And in doing so, what did David do? He went in there and ran his little license plate scam and tried to completely take over the Texas Republic. Pretty much left it in disarray with another black eye. Another one. And they've had tons of black eyes over the course of their history. Waco. I can go on and on and on. I'm very familiar with the Texas Republic. I can't never remember his name, but I have a person I was incarcerated with who was associated with the Texas Republic, who was also associated with Glenn Fern Winningham up there in Dallas-Fort Worth. And this gentleman was on the WIN unit with me, and he had an aggravated 75 years for attempted capital murder on a peace officer, because he was going through the whole ticket thing with Fort Worth, and they were going back and forth with the whole paper thing, and they followed him home, and he parked in the garage, got out with his firearm, and they drew down. He drew down. They started firing. He got shot in the face, and I think in the leg, lower leg. His face is all messed up now. And he has to do 30 years flat to come up for parole. So I'm very familiar with the Texas Republic. What I told them to do, rebrand, remarket, and start over. Don't be greedy, because they're very greedy. They want to take the old Texas back, which encompasses Oklahoma, Colorado, all the way up into Montana. This is my one thing I've got to say to any and every entity, and I don't care who you are. If you're the federal government, state government, county government, parish, local, city, township, commonwealth, NGO, corporation, just an individual who's concerned, or you're an assembly or a jural assembly, or you're over in these organizations like Scott McKay's Tactical Civics, you are going nowhere. Nowhere. You will never, ever, ever be sovereign and independent. You know why? Especially with the Texas Republic. Be my guest. Take your hot ass down to the southern border of Texas, Texas Republic, and stop the illegal immigration. Stop it. If you're so big and bad and independent and sovereign and think that you can really handle owning and controlling a state of Texas, much less multiple states, stop the crisis at the border. And until then, go sit down and shut up. I don't want to hear it. You're just bumping your gums, flapping your wings. You're not going anywhere. You're wasting your subscribers, viewers, constituents, whatever you want to call them. You're wasting their time, money, and energy. Until all of those entities I've just described consolidate in harmony to stand up as one, we the people, to take our government back from the inside out, we're not going anywhere. Texas Republican or Republic of Texas, they're not going anywhere. Anna Von Rice, nope. David Strait, nope. Destry Payne, nope. Scott McKay, nope. Why? They're all divided. I'll use Scott McKay as a perfect example. You have to subscribe to his channel with a monthly subscription to get into tactical civics. Really? You're trying to do this for the people, but yet you want to charge them to get in to participate? How much sense does that make, folks? Why would Anna be over here? Oh, no. You can't go over there and play with Destry's assemblies. No. Well, why? They should harmonize. They should conjoin. They're all like-minded individuals seeking the same damn thing. What's the problem? The people at the top will not allow it. So I want you to look at that big, broader picture of what that looks like and who these people are and what they're really doing. Another case example, the Brunson brothers. My God. I called one of the Brunson brothers, Raylan, and actually got to talk to him on the phone. Man, bro, hey, I read your research, Rory. Do y'all have access to Westlaw online or Nexus Lexis or a law library? Because y'all didn't cite any law, nothing. No. Well, hey, man, I got a buddy, Brian, pastor of the way. He's got a subscription to Westlaw online, man. Be more than happy to help you. You want me to get him on the phone? Yeah. Boom. Hey, Brian, bro, you never believe who I got on the other line. Raylan Brunson of the Brunson brothers. Yeah, really. Yeah. I'm volunteering me and you to help him out. Can you give him access to your Westlaw online account? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Hang on. Let me click you over. Boom. We hooked that up. How many phone calls do you think I had with Raylan Brunson or any of the Brunson brothers or Brian? Zero. Really? I told you to Google my full name, right? See all the litigation that I did? Well, that's just a scintilla of it. Most of it's not even published. It's just sitting in the clerk's files. Travis County, Walker County, Harris County, U.S. District Courts, all over Texas, New Orleans, all the way up to Washington, D.C. Yes, absolutely. I have filed probably 24 writs of certiorari to the United States Supreme Court. Not all for me, mostly for other people. I studied law 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and 4 hours on Saturday for years. That's all I did, legal work. If I wasn't in the law library, I'm in my cell doing legal work. So I offered that. Hey, before you file something, send it to me. Let me proof it, edit it, send it back. If you want to use what I sent you, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm not tripping. But at least let me give you some input. Because what I've seen that you have filed is garbage. No court's going to look at that. And let me tell you another thing. The United States Supreme Court does not, I repeat, does not solicit cases. They don't go, oh, there's a case over there in the Ninth Circuit. Hey, y'all need to bring that up over here. We need to look at that. That's not how it works. It's a psyop. I don't know the Brunson brothers. I don't know anything about them. They seem like some good folk. They may be. But that dog won't hunt. I'm telling you. So if y'all are waiting for that to happen, that ain't gonna happen. United States Supreme Court's not going to do that. You see what they're already going through. They're already being questioned by both sides, the Democrats and Republicans. Absolutely. I try to tell it like it is, you know. It's sad. Oh, you know, I turned my TV on today, and generally I get up about, depends on how well I slept, but between 7:30 and 8:30, I'll wake up. And then I'll scroll through the local news on YouTube. And I ran across a segment that was put on by our local Fox station, KRIV 26. And they were talking about climate control in Texas prisons. And I'm looking at all the panelists. None of them have ever been to prison. Not one of them. Well, guess what, folks? If you have Pacer, you're more than welcome to look me up. Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV, U.S. District Court, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division. Go look it up. 2 names you need to look for: Alan Wade Johnson, Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV. And you will find that we both have filed federal Title 42 USC Section 1983 civil rights complaints for climate control in prisons. And we did that back in 2008, I want to say. And he filed his in the U.S. District Court here in Houston. And I tried to adjoin the suit. And the judge kicked it back, said, nope, you can't join as a party, as a co-plaintiff. You need to file your own. Boys, they really want to make me work. So I filed my own. Both cases were dismissed as frivolous and malicious and failure to state a claim under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 12b-6. And here we are, 17, 18 years later, they're talking about it now. The reason they can't is because some of these prison units, such as the Huntsville unit, affectionately called the Walls because it has like a 13, 14-foot wall going all the way around it, in the city of Huntsville. It's from the 1850s. It was a U.S. territorial prison given to the state of Texas as their first prison unit. And it's horrendous. And some of these units are not going to be able to be converted for an HVAC system. They weren't built that way. Even though most of you don't know this, commercial air conditioning has been available in the United States for 100 years. Yeah, go look it up. They had commercial air conditioning before they had residential air conditioning. And I think it was available in the 20s, if not the 30s, but definitely we're right around that 100-year mark. So the next set of buildings that they built were in the 1880s. And we call those the red brick buildings. And then they did another building boom in the 1930s. Wonder why? Wonder what caused that? Maybe a depression? And those are also fondly called red brick buildings. And then in the 60s, they started building again. And then they went to the cinder block buildings. And then in the 80s, they had another prison boom. And they were adopting decommissioned Air Force bases from the federal government. So now they have units that are Quonset huts or metal buildings. So you can imagine how hot an aluminum metal building gets during the summer here in Texas. It's 96 degrees right now. They say that a third of the units are air conditioned, but it's actually a lot less than that. And predominantly on those units, they're brand new units or newish, and they are mainly for the elderly, infirm, senior citizens to house. So I don't know if you've ever been on the 4th floor of a building without electricity during 90-degree weather. But that's what it's like on the 4th tier on the top bunk of an unair-conditioned prison. It's probably a good minimum 110 degrees, if not hotter. And the only recourse is a whirlwind fan, cheap old Chinese fan, and frog towels, which are those kind of neoprene type towels that you wet and squeeze out and put around your neck to cool you off. That was their solution to the air conditioning problem. We're going to sell frog towels and commissary to everybody. So I've been on the forefront of a lot of different things. Those of you who haven't watched my video on the American Correctional Association and TDCJID, CID, Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution Division, and their corruption, committing multiple racketeering influence corporate organization violations, wire fraud, mail fraud. When they certify these prison units as ACA compliant, they're actually committing fraud. That's a 100% lie. No TDCJ prison unit can ever meet the mandatory language in the ACA certification manual for Texas prison units. Why? Because in there's mandatory language that all prisoners will be fed the basic guidelines for federal nutritional value, where I can't remember the exact phrase, terminology. But that's based on what? Remember, it used to be the food pyramid. Now it's choose my plate. And when you put in, using the calculator software on the choosemyplate.org or .gov website, for your activity, your weight, your age, it tells you how much you should consume in all of the food categories and beverage categories as well. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice does not serve dairy. The only dairy they serve is processed cheese slices. The milk is artificial milk. It is so nasty that feral cats won't touch it. It's some powdered synthetic shit that's garbage. Tastes horrible. No butter, margarine. So you're not getting your dairy. You're not getting a full meat portion. You're definitely not getting your full fruit portion. So when they say that they are certifying these units as being compliant with the federal guidelines for basic health nutrition, they're committing fraud. They're violating Title 18 USC Section 1962 through 67, Federal RICO. And they're running a continued criminal organization. Absolutely. Go watch the video. I prove it in the video. I had a whole lawsuit filed on this, a RICO and a civil rights lawsuit. I had to abandon all these lawsuits because I got overwhelmed. It was just me in prison. And then when I go to the kitchen and this idiot across from me serving wants to fill my spoon up and then shake all the excess off to give me a scoop. And meanwhile, I'm in the cell spending the last 8 hours working on the food service lawsuit so this guy can eat better in the future because I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be out because it takes 10 years for an appeal. And TDCJ, if they lose, they're going to appeal it all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Why this dog won't hunt. And they said on this article, on this show this morning on Fox 26, and they were talking about how many lawsuits have been filed for people who've had, wrongful death claims against the state of Texas for their folks dying in prison from heat strokes and heat exhaustion and the excessive heat. And they've lost every time. Why? Because the courts are corrupt. No court, I don't care if it's a U.S. District Court, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division, Galveston Division, all those judges on there are corrupt. I said that. I'll say it again. They are corrupt. Why? Because they're dismissing Texas prison lawsuits because they do not want to be the next William Wayne Justice. If you don't know who William Wayne Justice is, his entire federal bitch career ended up monitoring the Texas penal system behind the Ruiz versus Estelle case. That completely reformed the Texas prisons, took it out of the Stone Age. Because back then, and I was there at that time, they had built-in tenders and turnkeys. If you don't know what a built-in tender and a turnkey is, a built-in tender is basically an inmate who runs the cell block or the dormitory for the guards. Turnkeys, they do exactly what you hear. They turn keys. They have the big brass keys. They let you in your cell block or your dorm or out. Or they're at a crash gate in the hallway. So you can't even travail the hallways without their acquiescence. They have to let you through the gate. If you got a bag of commissary, guess what? You got to break them off. Unless you're holding something. But got rid of all those. David Ruiz actually submitted parts of the lawsuit written on toilet paper because they refused to give him paper. I've actually had to file motions into the United States Supreme Court on toilet paper roll wrappers with carbon paper because they refused to give me paper because I exceeded my weekly limit because I had so much litigation. They had to change the policy behind me in TDC. When I tell you guys all these experiences that I've had, I'm just giving you, like I said, I can sit here all day and not shut up and tell you just story after story after story after story after story after story after story. They don't all have to be about prison. I can cover a lot of ground. There's a lot of things I'd love to talk about. But see, they give you the fluff. I'm giving you the nitty gritty. I'm going to tell you exactly what the hell's going on to the best of my knowledge. If you guys want to continue to follow me, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I do put out new videos, you are notified, hopefully, by YouTube. If I do a video on my noon show and it's too hot for YouTube, I will immediately take it down. It will be over on Rumble and Odyssey as well as in my Telegram group. I also, I don't even know how you do that. I'm going to try to share screen on Telegram, so bear with me here for a second. There it is. Now, let's see if I can share. Probably. Here we go. Perfect. This is a Telegram room I just created. This is for Humanitarian Project Clearinghouse. This is a private group. You want to be added to this group, email me or come find me on Telegram and ask to be added to this group. It's brand new, 5 members, as you can see. I have to personally add people to this. If you have a humanitarian project you'd like to fund, you'd like to organize, participate in, or actually run, I put this together for you guys so you can meet like-minded people, because there are going to be a lot of topics that multiple people are going to want to cover. So if we're all doing the same thing, let's just say we're going to help veterans. We're going to help them with their drug problem, their mental illness, their addictions, behaviors, jobs, homelessness. There's so many different things to cover with vets. So we'd like to categorize that and put people in place prior to the RV happening. So they're already set up, ready to go. They already have their crew. They already know who's who and what's going to do. They've already, pretty much know basically what their operational account's going to look like, because people are going to say, well, I'm going to donate $10 million. I'm going to donate 100 million, whatever that looks like. I will eventually break this up into categories. So each category will have its own little room where everybody can participate in. I'm not going to run this. I'm building this for you, for all of you to participate in, to put your effort in. I don't have time to monitor this, police it, nothing. I have over 24 Telegram rooms on all different topics, from my own show to my classrooms to this humanitarian project, Stop Human Trafficking. I'd have one for Erica Kilday, private families. I'm in hers. So yeah, I have a lot going on. I'm very, very, very busy. So I'm looking for leaders to step up and, volunteer here, take control, and do whatever they can. If you want to join this, again, email me, thefearlessfloydshow@yahoo.com. You can find me in Telegram, The Fearless Floyd Show. I am The Fearless Floyd Show everywhere. So that's all you got to do. Just go to Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Brightreon, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Fearless Floyd Show. I'm there. So if you want to get involved with that and you have a humanitarian project you'd like to work on, yeah. Let me get back over here. All right. Hey, Deborah, welcome to the show. Yeah, my channel is shadow banned, just of some of the topics that I do. For those of you who caught Jeff Rom over on Mark's show on his second appearance last week, Jeff started going on some topics that, as soon as he said them, I was cringing. I know Mark was internally cringing, and you won't hear those on Mark's show. But we will fully discuss all of those over on my show at length. So you're going to hear, man, between him and Fast Horse, y'all are going to hear a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, crazy. Unbelievable. Really, truly unbelievable. Because Fast Horse told me he spoke to somebody that's been dead for 60 years yesterday. I don't know if it's true. Can't verify it. I'm just telling you what I was told. So there's a lot of unbelievable things that I do hear out there that your brain doesn't wrap around it. So you were set up on, Catherine, you were set up on a blind date with Dennis Rodman. I didn't know who he was. I didn't go, thank goodness. He's actually a really humble, nice guy. He is shy. You wouldn't believe it by looking at him. But yeah, he had they moved up to Dallas and stayed up in Dallas for a little while. DFW, Randy and Dennis, a little clique up there. And if you've ever heard of Rodman Construction in Dallas, I'm not going to tell you who owns that. really big construction company in the DFW area. Who used to play for the Dallas Mavericks? Oh, Dennis Rodman. That's who. So, yeah, he's actually, really nice guy if you can get around all the piercings and the, flamboyant hair and dress. Let's see. It was 96. Oh, yeah. Catherine, he married a woman. Do you look like, oh, no, that was Dave Navarro married her. I don't know who he married. How many die in prison because of the weather conditions? Well, they said 12 to 14 a year in Texas. And I guarantee you it's more than that in Texas. Especially the prisons they have down in the valley where it gets like ridiculously hot. Like 105, 106. I can't even imagine being in prison that much. I had a friend who was in prison made to fight guards. They were betting on the fights. Yep, that happens. Winner, loser got put in the hole to recover afterwards. He's dead now from head injury. I imagine. Yeah, they used to have boxing in Texas prisons until trash can. And you're like, what? What did you just say? You heard me. Trash can. Apparently there was this dude, I never met him, named Trash Can, who was a boxer and just used to beat the hell out of people. And they banned it after that. Yeah, one's too many. It is. It is. All right, folks. It's I've been on here for almost 2.5 hours as a blithering idiot making through this, and got here to function with the buffering video. I can't even see myself. I'm frozen. I'm frozen looking at myself. I'll move a little bit here and there, so I'm not even watching that anymore. So I'm going to continue to work on this. Hopefully I'll get all the bugs worked out today before I can go live tomorrow. So I will be scheduling the live stream for tomorrow at noon. So you guys look for that. Stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. So you'll be notified when I am live tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Those of you who want to get a great binge watch on Christopher Allen Hauser. Most of you may not know who he is, but I've got a binge watching going on today over on Rumble. Every video that I've done on Christopher Hauser is over there, parts 1 through 7, and then some other ones. And just to show you how many people can be hoodwinked to follow a serial liar based on the lies because they want to believe. This clown has 80,000 last time I looked YouTube subscribers. In every other video, he's lying about something. And I've shown it consistently. When somebody gets on here and shows you an instrument saying, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm worth all this money, and then they go to court and they have a court-appointed attorney for their direct appeal, and then they have another same court-appointed attorney for their direct appeal at the Superior Court, which was the Tennessee Supreme Court. And then they tell you that, yeah, we're arguing jurisdiction. They didn't have any jurisdiction. And I read his brief, his appellate brief. Not once did they ever mention jurisdiction. I listened to the complete video of the Court of Criminal Appeals in Tennessee hearing. Not once did his attorney ever mention jurisdiction. I listened to the complete Tennessee Supreme Court hearing, and not once did his court-appointed attorney mention jurisdiction. So these people will just outright lie straight to your face. And it's up to you to go do your due diligence. especially with all the artificial intelligence and the clones you saw at the beginning of this video. And if you get a phone call from a family member in distress begging for money, you better double check, because it could be artificial intelligence with some prince in Nigeria calling you. With a device that artificially translates into your relative's voice. Absolutely. Yeah, AI is scary. Hey, Scarlett, thanks for showing up. AI is cognizant. It's aware of other AIs. And this thing, the genie may be out of the bottle. We don't know. We have no idea what's really going on. And we definitely not going to get it from mainstream media. We're not going to get it from our government. Your federal government has sold you out. They hate your guts. They want you dead. They want you dead. Why do they want you dead? Well, you got all that Social Security in there, right? So what do they get when you die? A death certificate. They get another bond. That's why all these illegals are here, folks. Why? Because they waltz right into these state agencies. They get a ID. They get a driver's license. They get a Social Security card. What are all those? Those are accounts. Those are bondable accounts. I've seen my CUSIPs attached to my certificate of live birth issued by the state of Texas when you could access it through Fidelity. And I had roughly over 12,500 different CUSIPs attached to that number. I opened them up. Not one of those accounts was less than $50 billion. When you do the math, that's almost $1 trillion on one birth certificate. They hypothecate it. They fractionalize it. That's what that means. And everybody gets a piece of the pie as it continues to get sold off. That's what happened to your mortgages. That's what happens to your personal checks. All physical instruments go to where? The Depository Trust Clearing Corporation in New York. They get turned into digital files and then sold on the open market. Bought, sold, and traded. That's how the system's working. That's why they do quadrillions worth of business every year. If I remember correctly, first year of that thing we had, that pandemic, I think they did $21 quadrillion worldwide in transactions, financial transactions, when everybody was locked down. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Thank you, everybody, for dropping in. Felix the Cat, hi. I am going to fix this. So this is my first time using the StreamYard platform. I previously used Zoom. Don't ever use Zoom. Stay away from Zoom. Zoom sucks. You can't get any support on weekends. They will lie to you repeatedly. So I canceled everything with Zoom today, and I went over to StreamYard, bought StreamYard. So I'm playing with a new platform. I have to work out the kinks, and that's what this show is about, to work out the kinks. So when I come back on tomorrow, hopefully all this will be taken care of, and y'all will see a seamless show like I usually produce. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Leave a comment below. Anything about this video. I will be on again tomorrow. If you want to reach me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. FearlessFloydShow.com is my website. Go check out my store. Ann's new book, 3rd edition. It's out. I'm going to order them as soon as I get off the phone, take care of all this, call the printer. Boom, get all that rolling. Books will go out as soon as I get them. So if you've ordered a book within the last week, I'm out of volume. I'm out of second editions. I'm out of books. I have one book up there, one set. But if you ordered a book as of August, probably August 2nd, August 5th, you're going to get a third edition. So don't worry about that. Don't send me a question asking me, am I going to get the third edition? You're going to get the third. Everybody's going to get the third edition from here on out. Hey, what's going on, Buff? See you jumping in there. Thank you for showing up. Occult Examiner down here at the bottom. This is a friend of mine, Buffy. If you're not familiar with her, go check her out on YouTube, Occult Examiner. I'll give you a little boost there, girl. Definitely like to have you on the show as well. So we'll get together with that. Give me a call later this evening, and we'll do that. Again, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mark Z for the big boosts. I probably wouldn't have the audience that I have now without Mark. So I'm very deeply ingratiated to Mark and his efforts to help me and boost my show. I have sent a set of trust books to Mark. He's had the PDF file for, a year now. I don't think he ever opened it up and looked at it, knew he had it. But I sent him the physical book so he can get them. When I get the third edition, I'll send him a copy too. So he should receive those pretty soon. They went out media mail. Everything goes out media mail. It takes generally about 8 days to arrive. I try to get everything out the same day, if not that week, to you guys that you get when y'all order. Yeah, y'all check out Buffy. Buffy's a good girl. She's a survivor. We've been through some gurus and masterminds, and we know who the players are, and she's one of the truth tellers. So go check her out. Appreciate to have her as a friend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Have a safe and happy day. And we all need peace in the Middle East, and whoever's coming to save the world, would you hurry up and get here, because we need an RV.